that's what people don't understand. The woman, the man makes the house. The woman makes it home.
Makes it home. And one young guy said, "Oh, women are too emotional," and I said, "That's absolutely ridiculous. Men
Well,
are
women
way
women
more
are
emotional than women,
in general.
in
Women
my experience.
right in general though. Women are more emotional than men.
We
However,
just we just we just express our emotions.
yeah,
Men, men they tend to have one emotion, anger. They go automatic to anger, and
but that's only one most men are allowed to express because
right, which is ridiculous.
pride, he's soft. If a man shows fear, he's a punk. If a man, if a man
And I
backs
try to
down,
I try to teach my boys, showing your emotions don't make you weak. It's when you bottle it up, you become
yeah,
weak because anything can trigger you, you know?
yeah, yeah, and then a lot of times, even a lot of men have a hard time expressing their emotions in front of women because um, not I don't have stats on this, just anecdotal. If a man starts to cry in front of a woman, that thing become it goes from Niagara Falls to the Sahara Desert, and all that build up respect, it goes away. Now,
That I agree with that to an extent. I do. I agree with
but
that. But that's
so
that's how we were raised, and it's ridiculous. I don't know, me as a parent, and I was a single parent, so I tried to teach. I try not to do, conform to the stereotypical gender norm.
right,
Women can be strong, men can be vulnerable.
I
And
agree.
I try to teach my children that so they can be productive members of society. And so far, knock on wood, I've been, lucky with that. But not everybody is like me. Not everybody sees, you know, a man is not, can cry and still be strong.
No, a man is
And
supposed to cry, but listen, I got to cry because crying eases the pain.
right. And then,
Yeah.
they rather have a leader that throws temper tantrums and want revenge over the slightest little bit of insult.
And that's
It's
because
ridiculous.
that person is emotional.
He's
Leaders
emotional. Exactly.
leaders act rational when things go wrong. Managers and people in charge, they often panic and point the finger somewhere else when
Right.
things go wrong. It's I well, I'm going to say it like this: the guy coming in office is not an effective leader.
He's not. And I seen something on TikTok, and I know it's probably garbage, but um it made me think, and I think I sent it to you, that they're trying to turn this into a modern day apartheid state or country.
Mhm.
Like it's mirroring what South Africa was at one point,
Yeah,
even
no,
though, you know, we are still a minority, but they in South Africa, the Europeans, the Dutch, they were the minority, and they took over the whole country, and that's how they liked it. And now that it switched, they all fled. The Europeans
right,
fled South Africa, and now they came here to the United States, and now the main person, the richest, one of the richest men on earth, he's trying to turn this into another South Africa, and we are falling for it because Americans, we are racist to the core. Not all, but a lot.
I
A
agree.
lot of us have a certain degree of racism or bigotry, and we just can't see something different and accept it, that it's good.
No, I definitely agree. I definitely agree. You know, let me get a quick break, quick reset. Hey, this is DFG. Welcome to DFG's Corner with myself, Chocolate Pearl Apple, and Beanie when she comes on. We're live on Facebook Live, Instagram Live, and YouTube Live every Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. Um, you did have a point, Miss Apple, about that, and um, that's what they want, but I don't know if they can get it because there are certain things that are not going to happen without causing a severe ruckus. So saying that um, saying that we just have to realize that our people are not going to we're not gonna take it. We're not gonna take no mess. We're
And
I
you
mean,
know, a lot of people ask me where was I surprised with the outcome. I wasn't surprised at all. That's the sad part about it. I was disappointed, but I wasn't surprised. I got woken up at 4 o'clock Wednesday morning when my daughter-in-law and my daughter um, got the results of the election. They were like shocked. And I looked at them. I said, "Why are you surprised? It's no way in the world this country is going to accept a woman, let alone a woman of color, to lead us because they're not ready for it. No matter how progressive people think this country is, and this is supposed to be the greatest country in the world, and we're backwards in a lot of things. And my son didn't even know that there were women presidents and leaders in other countries. He really didn't know. And
well,
that's sad. And that goes to show you the educational system in this country is
well,
very limited.
that's because that's done on purpose. They don't want us to think. They want us to be able to understand and take orders. School in the 70s and early 80s is a lot more challenging than it is today. That's They have a lot more access to information. However, they're not required to learn as much.
Right.
Those things you just gotta do it. And the fact that we talked about this before, the fact that our father gave us, he made sure we knew how to read, he made sure we understood our history. We made sure that we got to do things that helped expand our horizons. Unfortunately, as much as we can, the world is not set up that way anymore. They're telling you not to explore, not to know other people that don't look like you, not to be um, quick quick story on this. In the Facebook group I was in, um, we got into a discussion on on Christianity, for lack of better terms. Like, so the guy was like, "Well, I didn't, I voted for the guy going to office because as a Christian, I'm against abortion." And what I did was I asked the question. I said, "Okay, show me chapter and verse where God said that abortion was wrong." Do you think he found that one?
Absolutely not.
So I
And
said,
to me, it's bigger than abortion. To
I
me,
know,
just
but
the choice
right,
should not be up to a rich white man,
right,
in my
and that's what I'm
opinion.
saying. Well, and that's why I
You
don't
know,
frame it.
men, they don't have uteruses. They they don't put their health and their life on the line to bear these children.
Right,
You know, they can walk away
right. But
at any time.
right, my
I'm
point
sorry.
was not, and that's why I don't frame it as just abortion. I said bodily autonomy.
Right.
That's that's an all encompassing term because it also affects trans. So I said, okay. I said, what did Jesus say about homosexuality? Well, he didn't. Homosexuality is wrong. I said, what did Jesus say about abortion? He said, "Thou shalt not kill." I said, that's not true. I showed him a passage in Numbers 5 where there was actually if a man wanted to know if his wife was faithful when she was pregnant, the priest makes a concoction. She drinks a concoction. If she's pregnant and it's not the husband's, it says her thigh pretty much, but We don't know the exact Hebrew word for that, but it meant the womb would fall out and she'd be barren after that. That sounds like a that sounds like an abortion to me. I don't know what we use, but it sounds like an abortion to me.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So with that, and then the person will say, "Where did you get that?" I said, out the Bible. What Bible? What Bible are you looking at? I can tell you don't read the Bible. I said, you don't understand. I studied the Bible. I understand what's in it and what's not in it. And I said, I asked him what version of the Bible did he use? I said American Standard. I went on BibleWay.com, pulled up the American Standard version of the same thing I showed him. Oh, you did something that's not my Bible. I said, it is, but you just say it's like the Constitution. You just say read
Right.
it. And so I was called everything but a child of God. I said, you practice American Christianity, which is like me practicing Buddhism. It ain't the same. It ain't the
It ain't
same.
the same.
Because I said, I said, to her, I texted, I said, oh, okay, so basically when Jesus said, Jesus fed the poor and entertained strangers, he said, well, you do that if you want, see what happens. I said, so you're not doing what Jesus said, or love thy neighbor as thyself. Um, and I'm like, it's not like I can't pull these things out. It's not like I'm pulling things out of I'm not anally sourcing these verses and in context. I'm pulling it out. And this is the problem you have with those who support the guy. They don't, they just want to be told what to say and how to say.
Thanks for watching. This is the man with the golden voice, the lady's choice, and of course, smooth as a Rolls Royce, saying, never make love by the garden gate. Though love is blind, the neighbors ain't.